Hallo julle, ons kyk vandag na Vila se kind, bedryf 1, toneel 1 en 2. Onthou asseblief om eers die boek te lees, hierdie bedryf 1, toneel 1 en 2, voordat jy na hierdie les kyk, want anders gaan jy sukkel om te verstaan. Goed, ons sien hierdie toneel begin ook met die bos, in die bos, en ek lees net vir julle 'n vinnige stukkie uittreksel hieruit. Willem is een van die seentjies, hy kom aangehardloop en hy sê, pa, ma sê Lukas is nie in die huis nie. En Elias sê, loop kyk by tant Malie of hy nie daar is nie, en vee af jou neus, wipe off your nose. Elias, as 'n man in die nag tot by die skippe kan kom en lewer wat jy het. Nou hier dink hy, dis sy gedagtes, it's Elias' thoughts, that's a parent, the father of course. Willem sê, pa, Lukas is by tant Malie nie. Elias sê, het jy by tant Anna gevra? Nee pa, nou vir wat moet ek julle alles voorsê? Bartha kom in soos 'n gedaante deur die mis. Now this is important, soos 'n gedaante deur die mis. In die woud, in Nysna woud, is dit baie keer mistig, onthou dis baie groen, dis donker, dit reën baie, dis nat, en daar is baie keer mis, en sy kom soos 'n spook, kom soos like a ghost almost through the mist. En Bartha sê, Elias, wat is dit nou weer? Vrou, kan julle nie sien ek is besig nie? Was die kind nie hier by jou nie? Ek het jou mos gesê, hy was nie hier nie. Dis die eerste toneel, en dis hier waar Benjamin, waar Lukas dan nou wegraak, wat hulle besef, hy is weg. Kom ons kyk gou na die opsomming van hierdie eerste toneel. Dadelik is ons in die bostoneel, soos ek gesê het, in the forest, en ons leer Elias se gesin. 'n gesin is 'n close family, ons weet, dis Willem en Christoffel en Nina en Bartha en Elias, daai 5. As hy 'n monoloog, hy praat met homself op die verhoog. Bartha kom op die verhoog, maar Elias, he pretend that he's very busy. In die eksposisie of uiteensetting leer ons die karakters ken. Hulle seentjie se naam was Lukas, die klein seentjie, en hy het weggeraak en almal soek na hom. Die mense van die bos ook. Tant Malie vertel dat hulle die grootvoete in die digte mis aan hulle, dat die grootvoete in die digte mis gevaar kan inhou. Nou grootvoete, big feet, is hulle naam vir olifante. Probeer dit onthou. Na 8 dae, after 8 days, is Lukas nie gevind nie. En die constable, the police constable, dink nie meer dat hy lewe nie. En na 7 maande bring die boswagter die nuus dat dele, part of a child's body, is gevind langs die Gouna rivier. Goed, kom ons kyk na woordeskat. Ek gaan nie deur alles nie, ek gaan net vir julle sê wat belangrik is vir eksamendoeleindes, en woorde wat julle moet weet. Julle moet al die woorde van Afrikaans kan vertaal, natuurlik van Engels kan vertaal na Afrikaans toe. Singplate. Elias het gedink, as hy singplate het, dan kan hy die dak van die huis regmaak. Dis altyd 'n nattigheid, 'n dampness wat daar is. Almal was onrustig, want Lukas was nie daar nie. En ek moet vorentoe dink, I have to think to the future, there's the translation. 'n begrafnis is a funeral natuurlik. Die geraamte is die skeleton, daar is die vertaling, en 'n katel is 'n oudtydse bed, dit is waar die ou mense opgeslaap het, nou, hulle gebruik baie ouer woorde, wat ons vandag nie meer gebruik nie. Gat beteken soos go of wil, ek wil dit doen, ek gaan dit doen, I want to do it. Verkluim, you must know the word verkluim is frozen. Julle jaag spooke op, you see things that do not exist, spooke of course is ghosts. Balke is beams, want dit is baie belangrik dat julle weet wat dit beteken. Want die kinders moet altyd balke saag. Balke, onthou hulle is houtkappers die mense, en hulle saag altyd balke. En Elias is lui, hy laat die kinders, die 2 seuns en Nina, en later vir Benjamin, toe hy nou Lukas geword het, moes ook balke saag. Goed, kom ons kyk na snuif is snuif moet julle ken. License is lisensie actually, is license. En verkwansel is just, jy kan ook verkoop gebruik, maar this is to sell. other vocab that you need to know before you do the questions and the answers. Bobbejaan of course the baboon, daar's ook bobbejane in die woud. Grootvoete, as I said, other word for that of course is olifante, en so verwys hulle na the elephants. Skippe is the ships. Oorle is late, passed away. En dan het ons mistroostig is miserable. Verouder is to grow old. Woud of course is the forest, you need to know that. En die mis is the fog. Nou kom ons kyk na party vrae en antwoorde. Natuurlik, hierdie vrae is al gevra in die eindeksamen, so dis baie belangrik dat jy weet hoe om dit te beantwoord. Waarmee was Elias besig in die openingstoneel? Right, the opening scene of this drama. He was busy to fix the roof, want dit het gelek, it's leaking. Watter afleiding kan jy uit Elias se lewensbeskouing, how he perceived life? What can you, afleiding, as jy iets aflei, deduct, nee, anders moet sy probleme oplos. He's very lazy. He think a lot about money and how he will get rich, but he's not doing anything about it. Just shout at the kids. Waarom is Elias en Bartha se kinders siek? Hulle het nat geword, because the roof is leaking. En wat dink Elias kan gedoen word, 2 words, om die siekte te keer? Hy sê hy kort sinkplate, and we've seen it here. Sinkplate is the corrugated iron, nee. Kom ons kyk na die volgende vraag. Skryf die nomme neer wat nie pas nie. Now read your question in the exam, wat nie pas nie. Doesn't fit, nee. Die karakter Elias word aan die gehoor bekend gestel. We learn the character Elias, introduce the character Elias. Ons, we are the viewers, ons is die audience, ons leer hom ken as iemand wat meer geld wil hê. Ja, hy wil meer geld hê. He's not honest, dishonest, ja. Hy is lui, yes. Though the one that does not fit is hy praat nie mooi met sy vrou nie. So that, the answer will be 4.3. Dit gaan jou antwoord wees, want hy praat nie mooi met sy vrou, en hy praat nie mooi met sy kinders, en hy behandel, he doesn't treat them very well. Kom ons kyk na die beroep. Watter beroep? Nou, beroep is 'n career, ons sê hy is 'n houtkapper. Nee, dit is 'n beroep in daai dae gewees, dis hoe hy 'n lewe gemaak het. Waarom het Elias nog nie begin om olifante te jag nie? And of course that was against the law. Hoekom het hy nog nie begin nie? Want hy het nie 'n geweer nie. He's looking for a rifle. En hy moet by die houtkopers op die dorp verbykom tot by die skepe om tande te verkoop. He want to kill the elephants, because that's illegal, want hy wil hierdie tusks, die tande, wil hy verkoop. En even those years, he can get a lot of money for that. But it was so, without a license, he couldn't do that. Hoeveel kinders het Elias en Bartha? Now, I don't think they will ask you a question like that, but it's good to know and to have a background. Willem is 6 jaar oud, Christoffel is 5, Lucas is 3, en Nina at that stage was a baby. Nee, sy was nog 'n babietjie gewees, sy was baie klein. Goed, kies die korrekte antwoord om die sin mee te voltooi. Skryf slegs die letter A tot D langs die vraagnommer neer. Bartha kom soos 'n gedaante deur die mis. Die funksie van die mis, this fog, is om die gehoor by die gebeure te betrek? Ja, but not really. Die karakters te help identifiseer? No. 'n somber atmosfeer te skep. The answer is C. A very somber, sad, tragic atmosphere. Nee, to create this kind of atmosphere. Agtergrondinligting te gee, yes, to give a little bit of background, but not really. So the most correct one is C. That will be your answer. Wie het eers in die nuus gekom dat Lucas weg is? Willem, he run on the stage and sê, pa, Lucas is weg. Die kyker word bewus van 'n gevaar in die bos. Die gevaar natuurlik is die olifante. Of hulle noem dit grootvoete. So you can use grootvoete of jy kan praat van olifante. The other danger is of course the mist. Mist is the fog, nee. Verwys. Now you must know the meaning of the word verwys. Of course that is refer, because you will use that a lot in your literature papers. Verwys na Tant Malie se vertelling. Tant Molly, all of a sudden, she wants to share her story. Sy sê, haar tannie, her aunt, that passed away in Karatara se bos. Now, you still get Karatara there in Nice Now Forest. The same thing happened to her aunt. Sy het gedink die kind is saam met die ander, en 'n week later hulle die verkleimde, the frozen body het hulle gekry. So I think it's very insensitive of Tant Molly om haar storie te vertel, but she just want to tell them there's dangers in the forest and don't expect your child to be alive, because this is what happened to my aunt. Tant Molly noem Karatara se bos, bespreek die ruimte of die milieu. The other word is the milieu, the background of this drama. And there's daar's drie verskillende ruimtes. First of all is die bos. Die Van Rooyen gesin bly daar. Dis cool en is ruig, is very dense. Maar die mis en die olifante is die groot gevaar. Die lange kloof is very dry. Daar's 'n gemoedelike atmosfeer. Gemoedelike is a happy atmosphere. That is where Phila and her family stay, onder die Komuti gesin. En die derde ruimte is Knysna en die omgewing. Die see wat vir Lukas bekoring inhou. He's got this love for the ocean. You will see when he saw the ocean for the first time, it was amazing. En waar hy ook sy liefde teenoor Nina later verklaar. Nina, of course, is the little girl of the Van Rooyens. Kies die korrekte antwoord. Molly, Tant Gert en Gertjie en Sophie is they're not part of the Van Rooyen gesin. Ons sê hulle is randkarakters. They are just there to, they don't play a main role, but of course just to tell us there are other people in the forest as well. Nee, en hulle het 'n klein rolletjie, very small role. Waarom is die volgende stelling waar? They tell you the statement is true. You must just motivate it. Die woudtoneel, the scene in the forest, dis die inleiding, is deel van die eksposisie of die uiteensetting. Yes, of course, want in die woudtoneel leer ons die karakters ken. Jy kan sê ons leer die karakters ken, ons leer die karakters ken, en die gevare van die bos, of die gevare van die woud, you can say van die woud, forest, woud of bos. Hoekom weet die leser nie dat dit wel Lukas se liggaam was wat gevind is nie? Ons sê die liggaam van 'n kindjie het hulle langs die Gouna rivier gevind, kon net sowel die geraamte van 'n bobbejaan gewees het. It could be the skeleton of a baboon. So we're not sure, is that Lukas' body or not? Okay, kom ons kyk die gevolgtrekking. Gevolgtrekking, of course, is the conclusion. This word, conclusion. Het die konstabel op die 8ste dag, you must remember that, van die soektog gekom, hulle sê daar moet aanvaar word dat 'n kindjie van 3 jaar nie meer kan leef nie. 8 days on his own, they must accept that a child of 3 years, now please try to remember that, little Lucas was 3 years old when he disappeared. Now, what is your opinion? They will ask you a question like that. They want you to think a bit further and gee vir hulle jou opinie. Whether it's right or wrong, there's no right or wrong. It's your opinion, so you can give your opinion. Of course, it can't be far-fetched and it must make sense. Wat is jou opinie oor mense wat olifante jag vir hulle ivoortande, for those ivory tusks? Wat is jou opinie? Jy kan sê, ek dink dis baie verkeerd, ek dink dis baie verkeerd, jy kan sê dis nie reg nie, want ons moet olifante of ons moet diere respekteer. We must respect them, nee. An answer like that is perfect. You gave them your opinion and you motivate. You can say, you can't just say, ja, dis reg. What is actually, there's no opinion. Wanneer het die groot reën of course is the rain, 7 maande nadat Lukas weggeraak het, Augustus 1865. I don't think they will ask that, but what's important, die groot reën, also the rain, maybe all the traces just disappear, don't know. Hoe tree Bartha en Elias op as die konstabel aan hulle noem dat hulle moet aanvaar, they must accept dat Lukas nie meer kan leef nie. How will you act as a parent when the constable tell you must accept your child is not alive anymore? Bertha was verouder en verslae. She was devastated. Nee, sy het sommer dadelik oud geword. Sy het tussen Sophie en Mali gaan staan and they support her. Remember, that is we call them the rand characters. Rand characters, those are the characters also staying in the forest, maar hulle speel nie 'n groot rol nie. But they were the friends and they tried to support her, but she was devastated, verslae, devastated. En wat dink jy het van Lucas geword? They found the body, so do you think that's Lucas? Ek dink. Hulle het die liggaam wat hulle gevind het. Again, they ask your opinion. Wat dink jy? Die liggaam wat hulle gevind het, that they found, wat hulle gevind het, was Lucas se liggaam. Lucas se liggaam. Body, nee. Hy kon nie oor die berge stap, hy was 'n ou klein seentjie. Hy kon nie oor die berge stap na Vila hulle se huis toe nie. Dis wat ek dink. Goed, kom ons kyk na die volgende toneel. Die volgende toneel is waar ons met die Kemuties, ons ontmoet die Kemuties. Ek gaan nie hierdie gedeelte vir julle lees nie. Kom ons lees dit maar tog. Lange, nou onthou die twee sensusmanne het nou opgedaag daar op die plaas. Die plaas se naam is Wolwekraal. Ons sal dit later sien. Lange is een sensusman en die ander een is natuurlik Dikke. Nou skryf hy in die boek. Hy vra hoeveel kinders het julle? En hy sê in die 5de kind, Vila maak of sy die Bybel lees. She pretend that she's reading from the Bible. Sy sê, Benjamin, gebore 13 Februarie 1862. Of course, she doesn't know the date of birth. Hy is nou 12. En enige ander mense wat saam met julle in die huis bly, vra Lange. Op Wolwekraal, it's the name of the farm, you must know this, is daar nie plek vir leegleers nie. Leegleers is loafers. Waaruit maak julle 'n lewe? Uit wat ons met ons hande verrig. Waaruit presies? How do you make a living? Now, this is important. 'n bietjie koring, 'n bietjie mielies, groente, vegetables, sheep en 'n melkbok. Alles hang af van die water because it's a very dry area, as I say, it's a klein Karoo. Verder brei selling velle, the skins of the animals, en ons wen 'n plukseltjie vere, the ostrich feathers, af en toe. Aan watter kerk behoort julle? You must know it's the Independent Church. Dis ons eie kerk nadat London Missionary Society ons gelos het om self aan te sukkel. Now, if you read on, you will see that all of a sudden, I think it is here, all of a sudden, Benjamin, here, he appears. Hy stralend op met sy skuitjie. Remember, he's actually obsessed with water, the ocean, and klein skippies, although you never saw it, nee. Benjamin sê, hy is tot onder in die vangdam gedryf, maar, the vangdam is a reservoir. Ek moes 'n stok vat om hom uit te kry, en hy het nie eers omgeslaan nie. Middagbaas. Now he say hello to these two census guys, but can you see, he referred to them as boss. Because those days, colored peoples, they refer to white people as boss. And now immediately, Benjamin, that's also a white little boy, he saw this white two census guys and he said, middag boss. Die lange ruk sy bril af. Die dikke se mond val oop. They were shocked. Selling se hande rol al vinniger in mekaar. Selling, his father becoming tense. Vila, nou op band, she's talking to herself, she's talking to God, she's praying, she said, Here, vat alles wat ek het, vat die hele lot, maar moenie vir Ben, don't take Benjamin away. En Lange sê, wie se kind is dit die? En Vila sê, myne, en Lange sê, maar dis dan 'n wit kind, it's a white child. So I want you to read on, and read what happened in the rest of the scene. Goed, en die kyker word in hierdie toneel aan Vila voorgestel, 'n vreemde perdekar, kom in die lange kloof aan, en sy dink is smouse, walkers, nee, en Selling dink is predikers, like preachers, because they were dressed very neatly. Dit was census opnemers. Now this is important. She thought, is smouse, Selling thought it's predikers, but it was census opnemers. Maar toe hulle Benjamin wat wit sien, wat hy sien, het hulle onderraad, they suspect something. Benjamin noem hulle baas, maar vir Phila noem hy ma, so immediately they were very suspicious. Hulle onthou, actually it was Dikke het onthou, Dikke was the guy, hy onthou die van Rooyen kind wat jare gelede weggeraak het. Now remember in the first scene, Lucas disappear. Hulle wil na die magistraat in Nysna gaan, want Lange dink Phila jok vir hom. Remember, she pretended that she was reading in the Bible, nee. But sy weier, she refused dat hulle Benjamin saam met hulle neem. En sy sê hulle sal eers haar moet doodmaak. They must kill her before they take Benjamin. Lange en Dikke sal in elk geval Nysna toe gaan en die saak aan die magistraat verduidelik. Nou, Phila het vir Benjamin opgepas en wou nie dat hy uit die oog gaan het. So she was looking after Benjamin. She was so scared that he must go to Nysna. Die lewe nou op Wolwekraal, the farm, het nou normaal. It seems that he went back to normal. Die volstruis mannetjie en die volstruis wyfie het in mekaar sin gekry. Nou, dit hou die belofte in van nuwe volstruisies. She's a very good farmer, Phila, and now they will get new little ostriches. Okay, you must know. If you look at the vocab, you must know ostrich is a volstruis. You must know droogte. This one, sorry. Die droogte. You must know vername is important. You can also use the word belangrik, nee. The census guys look very important. Vernaam, want hulle was mooi aangetrek. You must know karwatse is whips. Verlee is embarrassed. Leegleers, you must know is loafers. Because you said here at Wolwekraal there is no loafers. Stralend was Benjamin's face when he ran on stage. Date of birth, you must know that. En sy het ook vir die censusmense gesê, Benjamin wou toe nie meer van my rok nie. The child was attached to me. She found the child, she raised Benjamin as one of her own, and she mentioned it to the census guys that hy wou nie meer van my rok nie. And then Smouser, you know Smouser is vendor, sorry, and dan dasvelle is the rock rabbits, the skin of a rock rabbit. Goed, kom ons kyk dan gou na nog 'n bietjie woordeskat. Benjamin is nie een vir agterdraf nie. He's not one to follow. He was a little boy and he was playful and he played with the ostriches and he had to get them in a camp at night. Goed, and very important, Hanskind is nothing like an orphan. So she referred to Benjamin as her Hanskind because she raised him, as I said, like her own child. Goed, if you know these vocab, there's another one. Begrafnis, of course, you should know that in matric is a funeral. And sitgoed is things to sit on. It's like chairs or benches, nee. It is to sit on, 2 words there. Goed, and as jy sê, nou probeer baas visvang in 'n emmer. That is what she mentioned to Lange and Dikke. She said, nou probeer baas visvang in 'n emmer. It's impossible. You try something impossible. You can't catch fish in a bucket, nee. Goed, hierdie toneel, let's quickly look at some questions and answers, staan in kontras met die eerste toneel. En die openingstoneel heers daar 'n somber atmosfeer. Can you remember? In the forest, it was very depressing. Lucas disappeared and Elias was complaining. Nou sê hulle describe the bedrywighede hier in die Lange Kloof, here on the farm Wolwekraal. It's a vriendelike, gemoedelike, liefdevolle atmosfeer. If you read that scene, you will see Benjamin hardloop voor die volstruis en die kyker of die leser. If we read the book, we are the leser. As ons die drama op stage sien, dan is ons die kyker. Hulle hoor hoe die kinders die volstruise kamp toe jaag, nee. Wat lei jy af? What do you deduct van sy karakter wanneer Selling sê dat Benjamin nie een vir agterdraf is nie. He has a strong character. Although he's still a little boy, hy het 'n sterk karakter and he can take lead. Hy kan leiding neem. He is a natural leader. Wie was die insittendes van die perdekar volgens Phila? Phila thought it was Smouser. En Selling verwys 4 keer na die perdekar. Philo was talking about the ostriches, and Selling was very suspicious. Remember, he also, as we did the characters, he's a very wise guy, intelligent, and he said, this is not Benders. Look at this people, they're coming closer and closer. What's going on? He was very suspicious. Watter gevoel? Ons sê dis spanning en afwagting. We feel a bit stressed because we also start worrying, who's these two people? Beskryf die kontras tussen die lange kloof en die bos. This is a very popular question in the exam. You must describe the difference between the forest and the lange kloof. Lange kloof sê ons is baie warm, dis droog. There's a lot of rocks, dust, but there's ostriches, bokke en skape. Die bos is in die seekant, it's humid, it's mistig, het kry baie reën. There's food for human beings, there's elephants, and there's bushbucks. Waarom is die volgende stelling waar? They will tell you in the exam, in some cases, that this statement is true. You must just motivate it. Die feit dat die volstruise name het, sê vir ons iets van Philo en haar gesin. Sy noem die volstruise by die name. Ons sê, sy gee om. Sy gee om vir haar diere. That's a good, she cares, nee, vir haar diere of vir haar volstruise. Goed, hoekom het Selling gedink dat die insittendes moontlik predikers kan wees? Hulle is formeel aangetrek, very formal in black suits. Waarom het die doodskrik deur Philo geskiet toe sy hoor dat die man census opname? Census, immediately she realized they will ask how many kids, age of the kids. Sy het dadelik aan Benjamin gedink. Sy het geweet hulle sal wil weet waarom is daar 'n wit kind by 'n bruin gesin. They will ask her that question, and that's exactly what they did. Waarna kan die valk wat skree verwys? Of course, it refers to onnou, danger, trouble. Nee, 'n valk wat skree. And why is this statement false? Die census manne hanteer Philo met respek? No. They didn't treat them with respect. They actually shouted Philo and say and didn't believe it, nee. And they looked down because they brown people. Waarom is die volgende stelling onwaar? Die censusmanne hanteer, ons het gesê, hulle praat kortaf, impatient met Philo en Selling, hulle vra aan Philo watter pes of ellende sy gebore is. That's very rude, nee. En hulle is baie sarcastic, very sarcastic with her. So here we have the answer of the question. It was also written on the previous question then. There you see it, but here's the answer. Okay, wat het Philo alles gedoen om die verlore kind aan te meld? He asked her, what did you do to, did you go to court? Did you go to police? Did you mention that you've got a lost child in front of your back door? Sy het 'n week nadat Benjamin gekry het, sy het die veldkornet, now they call these people, it was not police really, hulle het hulle veldkornette, they went from farm to see if everything was okay. So she went to the veldkornet in town in Nyasna, maar hy was weg Dugas toe, agter skaapdiewe aan. En sy het later on she went again, maar hy was toe begrafnis toe, daaronder op Haarlem. So she really tried, and then she said, Hy was so attached, Benjamin was so attached to her that she kept him. Dink jy dikke en lange tree typies op, soos wat sensusopnemers sou optree? Is that typical behavior of census people? Ja, because they're more impatient, they're ongevoelig, and they are sarcastic. It's just very hard, no emotions, no sympathy, and very strict, impatient, as we see. So it's typical census people, although you don't have to behave like that. Dink jy dis gepas? Gepas is suitable, dat censusopnemers net as lange en dikke bekend staan. That's not their real names. The tall guy and the fat guy, ja, hulle is net so onpersoonlik soos die wet. So they don't refer them, they don't have names. Nee, ons sê, hulle is onpersoonlik and human en hulle word net op hulle uiterlike beoordeel. You judge them just on their physical appearance. Hoe regverdig? Nou, regverdig is justify. If you see this in the exam, remember, how does she justify the fact dat Benjamin by haar moet bly en nie moet saam gaan huis na toe nie. Sy sê Benjamin is haar kind en hy sal haar kind bly. He will stay her child. Almal in Lange Kloof, everybody accept him as her child. Haar Hanskind, nee, the orphan that she look after. Sy noem aan Lange dat hy sy naam ingeskryf het as Benjamin Kumuti. Lange, remember, he wrote his name in this census book or papers as Benjamin Kumuti. En so sal dit vir altyd opgeskryf wees. That's the way it will stay forever. Now, again, you don't have to know the date of births, but it's good to know who's the eldest. You can see here, Kitty was born in 1856. David was in 1857, a year later. Tolly also a year later. Emma a year later. And Phila said Benjamin was born on 13 February 62. We don't know if that was true because she just pretended that she was reading from the Bible. Verduidelik. Now, verduidelik, please, means explain. So you must use not only a short sentence, but you must explain the word Hanskind, orphan. Dis soos 'n Hans lam, 'n little lamb wat Phila groot gemaak het, 'n weggooi kind. The father and mother, they didn't want the child, but she adopted him, as her own, as haar eie. Please, guys, eie, you spell it without a R. Remember, the moment you use eier, it is an egg. Some of you made that mistake. Hoe is die tydsverloop in hierdie toneel aangedui? So that's incorrect. So she adopted him as her own. Eie is own. Okay, hoe is die tydsverloop in hierdie toneel? How did they indicate it? Phila gee aan die sensusopnemers die geboortedatums van die kinders en sy vertel 'n bietjie meer van hulle geskiedenis. So weet die leser ook meer van die gebeure en die tydsverloop. So we know a little bit more of the background. Okay, that was Act 1, Scene 1 and 2. Dit was bedryf 1, toneel 1 en 2. En ek hoop julle verstaan 'n bietjie meer, maar onthou asseblief om die boek weer en weer te lees en dit sal vir jou soveel meer verstaanbaar wees. Tot 'n volgende keer.